Welcome students. Today we are going to start with our second part of chapter number 8, that is skeletal system and the skin. In the part 1 we have started with our human skeletal system. Before that we have seen about X-ray, who invented X-ray, and we have started with our human skeletal system. We have seen types of bones first. Okay, now today let us start with human skeletal system to be studied in detail. So human skeletal system can be divided into, see here children, human skeletal system can be divided into two parts. The first one is axial skeleton and the appendicular skeleton. So these important points, please remember it, that the human skeletal system is divided into two parts. First one is axial skeleton, second one is appendicular skeleton. And the parts which coming under axial skeleton, it consists of what all things? So the axial skeleton consists of three main things: skull, spine and rib cage. Okay, the axial skeleton consists of three things: the skull, the spine and the rib cage. These are situated symmetrically along the central vertical axis of the body. Now see here children, in this this figure which is given to you, see here, the first is axial skeleton. So here axial skeleton, it consists of three things, that is skull, rib cage and spine, and they are situated along this central axis of our body. So that is, they are symmetrically, they are situated along the central axis of this body. So these are the three things which comes under axial skeleton: skull, rib cage and spine. And let's move further. The second one was appendicular skeleton. It is made up of bones of upper and lower limbs, that is arms and legs. So appendicular skeleton consists of this legs and arms, which are situated on either side of our central axis. So let us study in detail further. As our body grows, the size and length of our bone increases. Yes or no children? The small baby, the bones are very small. As the body grows of the baby, what happens? The size and length of the bones also increases. Yes or no? Okay. Such changes in size and length can be seen in children according to the age. As the baby grows till the adult age, the bones grows on increasing. However, the body continues to grow only up to a certain limit. The bones of taller people are longer. Children, remember this, the bones of taller people, those whose height is very tall, their bones are also longer. Now let's study in detail about axial skeleton. Axial skeleton, it consists of what all things? Three things: skull, rib cage and spine. It is situated along the central axis of our body. We have seen in that above figure. Now let's study in detail first about the skull. The skull is formed by the bones of the heads and the face. Children, remember this, very important. The skull is formed by the bones of head and this face. Okay, together it is the skull. Skull is also called as a cranium. Just see these names, very important. Okay, so skull is formed by the bones of head and face. The bones of skull are how? They are flat and strong. We have seen the previously in the part 1 about the types of bones. So the bones of head and face, they are what? They are very strong and they are flat. And there are together how many bones, children? 22 bones in the skull. Out of that, 8 are in head, and in the face they are 14. So 14 plus 8 will give you 22. So total there are how many bones in this skull? 22. Out of that, in 8 are in the head and 14 are in this face. So remember this, total 22 bones in the skull. Except for the lower jaw, none of the bones of the skull can move. Only you can see this is our lower jaw. This lower jaw bones only moves when you eat something, drink something, yes or no? Other than no bones can move in the skull. Only the lower jaw, this one, lower jaw can move. So which organs of our body does the skull protect? Children, skull protects our important organ, that is brain. It protects what? Brain. Remember this. So skull You will remember there are altogether 22 bones, including 8 in the head and 14 in the face. And then the lower jaw bones only can move. None of the lower jaw bone only can move. None of the other bone can move. Now let's move further. Second one is the rib cage. Can you see this picture of rib cage over here? Children, see here. This is cage-like structure. This is called as a rib cage. Our chest. Chest. See here. Feel the left and right side of your chest with your hand or finger. Just put your hand on your chest, left and right side. How many bones can you feel all together on the two sides? This is the first side, this is the second side. Check in the center. This is the center. How many bones do you feel? How many bones? This cage-like structure in the chest is called as a rib cage. This is called as what? Rib cage. In the chest there is a vertical flat bone called sternum. Very important. This is the vertical bone. This is called as a sternum. One vertical flat bone, that is called as a sternum. And these are what? 12 pairs of rings like this from both the sides. They are called as a ribs. What they are called as a ribs. They are joined to this sternum from both the sides. These are okay. So there are 12 pairs of flat bones called ribs. Okay. So there are total how many bones in the rib cage? 25. This total 12, and this one in between that sternum is 25th. So there are how many bones? Remember this. There are 25 bones from the rib cage. It is joined to spine at the back, and they are joined to the spine at the back. Can you see? This is spine. So they are joined to that. This ribs are joined with along with the sternum. They are joined to the spine at the back. So remember that in skull there are total 22 bones. In a rib cage there are total 25 bones. Now let's study in detail about spine. Spine, that is also called as a backbone, or it is also called as a vertebral column. Yeah, you know this is our vertebral column. The spine is formed by the padlock shaped bones placed straight one above the other. Can you see this? One above the other the bones are placed. Okay. They are altogether 33 bones. How many, children? There are 33 bones. And each bone is called as a vertebra. These bones are arranged one above the other flexibly. Flexibly means this can move. The spine protects the spinal cord that originates from the bone. And this spine also protects what? The spinal cord which comes from the brain. What would have happened if you didn't have a backbone? Children, if you don't have a backbone, what will happen? You will not able to do any movement. You will not able to bend. Yes or no? So remember this. The spine, it is also called as a backbone or vertebral column. Total there are 33 bones which are placed one above the other, and they are flexible. Now let's see about, this was about axial skeleton. Now let's move about second part, that is appendicular skeleton. The human body has 2 arms and 2 legs. Yes or no? You have 2 arms and 2 legs. The different parts of the arms and legs have several bones. Even in your arm you have bones. In your legs also you have bones which are connected together by joints. And arms and legs bones are connected together by what? Joints. Remember this. They are connected together by joints. Okay, remember this. So appendicular skeleton consists of human body. In the human body it has 2 arms and 2 legs which are together joined by different these bones. In that they have bones and they are joined together by joints. Now this very important information they have given us. Let us see. There are 3 bones in each of the ears. In our ear there are 3 bones. Of this, the stirrup is the smallest bone in our body. Remember this. You should know this extra information also. In our ear, the smallest bone is found. Its name is stirrup. It is small as a grain of a rice. Okay, it's very very small, and it is a shape like that of stirrup. Can you see here? They have shown it. And longest bone. This is the smallest one in the ear, and the longest and strongest bone is found in our thighs. See, this is called as a femur. What it is called as a femur. This is longest, and in our ear this is the smallest bone. It is called as a stirrup. Okay, now let's move further. This was extra information. Observe and discuss. Observe a human skeleton in your school laboratory. When you visit your school lab, you should observe the human skeleton, a picture of skeleton, and classify the bones in our body into 4 types which were told. Discuss the functions of these bones. Even different functions are also there. Try this. Move the different parts of your body from head to the toes and observe the different places at which they can bend or turn. The bones in our body are connected to each other by means of ligaments. Children, our bones are connected to each other by means of ligament. Ligament is a substance which helps in the free movement of our bones. Now let's see about joints. Joints are the places where two or more than two bones are connected to each other. Joints are of two types. Children, joints are the places where two or more bones are connected. Two or more bones can be connected with the help of what? Joints. And joints are also of two types. Let's see about the joints which are of two types. Joints are of two types. First one is a movable joint and the second one is a immovable joint. Very important. The first one is a movable which can move and the second one which cannot be moved. So bones in movable joint, bones can move. In immovable joints, bones cannot move. Examples they have given: immovable bones of arms and legs. Yes or no, children? Your arms and legs, you are continuously doing the work, so the arms and legs bones can move. So that means they are joined with the help of movable joints. And immovable joints, what happens, children? The bones cannot move. Example, the bones of skull. Skull bones don't move, only the lower jaw. We have seen that bone only can move. Okay. Now there are some types of joints, children. Let's see. Very important. There are three main types of joints, children. The first one is let us see some types of movable joints which can move. Okay. The first one is a hinge joint. This type of joint allows the movement of the bones only in one direction. Children, here the bones can move only in the one direction. It moves in a 180-degree angle. Example of elbow and knee. See here, children, this is elbow and knee. The picture is above. So one is the elbow and knee. They can move only in one direction. They can't move backward again. Okay. So that is connected with the help of which joint? These bones of elbow and knee by the hinge joint. Okay. Now let's move to the second, ball and socket joint. Second type of joint is ball and socket joint. In this type of joint, the bones can move in two or more directions. That is in a 360-degree angle. Example of shoulder and hip. Children, see, shoulder you can move front back like this. Yes or no? That means you can, when doing exercise and all, you can move the shoulder upwards, backwards also. So that means they can move in a 360-degree angle. Ball and socket joint. Now third type of joint, gliding joint. In this type of joint, the bones can slide over each other. Okay. Example of wrist and ankle. They have given of wrist. Here the picture is given. Wrist and ankle. The bones can move on each other. That is, they can slide over each other. That is, they are joined with the help of which joint? Gliding joint. Example of wrist and ankle joints. So we will see till here. In the next part, we will see about skin. So revise your lesson from textbook till here. The third part, we will see about important part, that is skin. So till then, goodbye.